Hey there, Maria back with another video. It is 10:26 a.m. It is Wednesday, April 9th, and I decided to make a video. And I want to kind of change it up a little bit because I know I've made a few videos in the last couple of days and I didn't upload any of them. And I'm really getting tired of talking about the same thing. So today I woke up and I kept thinking, each season, I do the best I can to kind of, I guess match my environment. I would say that springtime is a time where, like, you see a lot of blossoms blooming on trees, and there's like a fresh newness, in the air. And, when it comes to what colors that complement our complexions and whatnot, I would say that I'm somebody who likes a lot of the fall and winter type colors, okay? And I think that they complement me more than any other kind of colors. Like, for example, I'm talking about like deep forest greens, maroons, burgundies, black, deep purples, royal navy blues. These are the colors that I generally like to wear all the time, right? But I do enjoy the colors of spring. It's just that I don't really feel as though they favor me. So I try, to incorporate colors into my wardrobe, even though spring colors into my wardrobe, even though I don't believe that those colors really necessarily favor my complexion as much as like the fall and winter type colors do. And believe me, I think, the what like pastel type colors are very, very pretty. It's just that I don't really feel like I look that great in them. I just recently saw a picture of Kate Middleton wearing this beautiful, it was like a pantsuit, and I've always thought she looked great in primary colors. This was actually more of like a I want to say like a pinkish type color, and it was like a pantsuit. And I thought, oh, she looks amazing. Some people can flex that, they can wear primary as well as like, pastel colors, pinks and stuff like that. So I'm kind of careful. Now, I do have some like, I'm going to show some of my clothes, right? Because like the last few days, I was kind of cleaning up my closet. And the reason why is because, Bakersfield weather is very strange. Like it'll start like around this time of the year, it'll start looking like, okay, you can bring out your summer stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like, psych, and it'll get cold again, so it's like, okay, I don't really know what to expect. So I left like, a few pairs of boots out for just in case, the weather gets a little bit wonky. But for the most part, I felt comfortable enough to start bringing out, sandals. And when I was looking at my sandal collection, I realized that most of my things that I buy for like work, meaning like the sandals that I have. And I'm like a pedestrian now, and I'm not going to talk about why or anything because we all know. But I don't have flat type sandals. Most of my sandals that I have either wedge heels or cork heels, which I'm kind of iffy about those. I'm kind of tired of wearing those. And anyway, or heels in general, like a thicker type heel or whatever. Whatever the case is, because I'm walking, I really don't really feel. I don't feel as though that's practical, right? Because I don't feel comfortable walking in heels unless, of course, I'm at work or whatever. I'm wearing a pair of slacks or a nice dress or something. And don't get me wrong, I like to dress nice on my downtime, even if I'm going to the library, because I take advantage of clothes and the way that they make me feel. Okay, I like the energy that it provides. I like taking advantage of color and also accessories. Okay. So today I'm wearing a dark green, and I have a light color pair. Well, I don't know how you would describe these. I don't know if I'm going to wear these pants to the library today. I might just wear a skirt or something. It depends on how hot it is. The weather's like kind of warm right now. But I want to talk a little bit more about my sandal collection. And I'm trying to change the subject, okay? Because I really feel as though I need to like move on from this whole issue and talk about something else. And because there's nothing else going on in my life, I thought I'd talk about my clothes. Okay, so I realized that looking through my sandal collection, the only practical pair of shoes that I really have sandal wise are these pair, right? They're like a brown pair of sandals, and they're flat, but I realize I've had these for like maybe 2 years or so. Nothing wrong with that, okay? But I realized, and it matters to me. See, I knew that when I was being persecuted for my clothes, they don't understand how important clothes are to people, or certain things that you really enjoy that gives you life, okay? Yeah, it matters to me because I have very little happiness in my life. Okay, so the one thing that does bring me joy is my clothes. Okay, that's I can't really say that I enjoy, dealing with people that I've known who've abused me, or dealing with the sad situations of being betrayed and stuff like that. So the one thing that I love is my hobbies. I love my clothes. I love my environment. I like my music. I like my arts and crafts. Even though like I'm the worst artist ever. Like, you saw, I don't know if you saw the video or not, but I did a video recently and I kind of drew out a picture of like a skull. I am not an artist, okay? But one thing I do feel very comfortable about making is felt items. I think I do a phenomenal job making felt items, like, dolls, pin cushions, stuff like that. I enjoy that kind of stuff, and I tend to excel at it, right? But as far as like drawing things by hand and stuff like that, that is not something I'm really good at. Okay, so let's talk about my sandals. Okay, so I just recently got these, and the reason why is because yes, it matters to me to be able to, accessorize my outfit. Okay, I don't want to wear brown shoes if I'm wearing a predominantly black outfit. Okay, so I got these now. They're practical. Why? Because I can walk in them. I can have my feet exposed to the nice cool air, and I can walk in them. There's no heel on them. There is like a little bit of a padding or whatever, kind of looks like a tennis shoe at the very bottom. And actually, I got these at Walmart. Okay, I got these at Walmart, and it was funny because I was always thinking like there was a time when I was younger, I used to go to different clothing stores. Right, I would go to like Fashion Bug. I would go to Clothes Time. I would go to Mervyn's, right? And then, like, as I got older, it seems like I got sucked into the Walmart vortex. And don't get me wrong. I mean, Walmart is practical or whatever, but I feel as like they just they're so big. Like I just felt like I just kind of it became convenient to go there. But anyway, I went to go get groceries, and I kept feeling I'm not really happy about my shoe collection. It's bringing me down. It's making me sad that every time I go in to try to put on an outfit, I don't have black shoes that are practical to walk in, that I feel comfortable with. You know what I mean? And, I understand some people are so attached to their clothes, they would just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and wear these heels and walk down the street with them. I cannot stand it when my feet feel pain. I can't. I'm very like, because it's not just wearing it in the shoe. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and because I wore shoes that were uncomfortable for a long period of time, my feet will hurt even hours after wearing the shoes. So I really wanted these shoes. So these weren't very expensive, and I really shouldn't be spending money at all. But I had to have something. I had to get something to make me happy. Okay, and I understand there were people who didn't understand that, but yeah, my life was that miserable. Okay, so anyway, I have these right here. So now I've had these right here for a long time. These are some other sandals, but these are to me, and they're black, but they're not practical. They're too high to walk in, and I rarely wore these when I was working. But yeah, see, I have stuff like this, but I really wanted something to walk in. And so I know I've had these for quite a while. These are my Mary Jane shoes, and I actually got them from like I don't know where I got them. I don't remember. But anyway, I thought these were cute. They're embroidered in the same pair of shoes, and I got one pair in black and one pair in green, right? But there's times where I just want a solid black shoe. I don't want to have all these flowers and embroidery on it and all this other stuff. Just wanted a black shoe, plain black, something I can walk in. So that's why I got those sandals. But these right here, I've had these for a long time, and I usually don't like wearing flats because I like being a little bit elevated. I always like being a little bit more elevated. I think there's certain clothes that you can wear that makes it so that you look better when you're standing up a little bit taller. Okay. So, but when it comes to, me having to be practical, I need something to walk in. So these are practical, and I've been using these sometimes. Like I'll walk to the store in these. I also have a pair, some rain boots that I wear sometimes, just like around the house or when I take out the trash. I slip into these rain boots. This is another pair of shoes that I have that I'm not wearing right now, and there's really no reason to. But I'm looking at my summer stuff, and I'm like, I just don't have, anything practical. So it's been a while since I've worn these, and I don't know. I mean, and really, I'm very picky about my feet because I wear a size 9 wide width, and I wear a size 9. I mean, I have big feet. I mean, really big feet. And so, I try to play my feet down as much as I possibly. I don't have those little dainty feet, like I'm sure Kate Middleton does, right? She's really dainty, right? I have these big, like, flipper feet, and I try to play my feet down as much as possible. So I don't really like to wear light colors on my feet. I usually prefer to wear like black, browns, navy blues, that kind of stuff, because I am not into my feet. Okay. But I really do admire the girls who can wear those cute little shoes, because I was looking at spring fashion this year, and obviously, I'm not really keeping up with that when it comes to the shoes, okay? Because, like I said, I hate my feet. But, I see a lot of the pretty colors. They have a lot of the pastel colors, lighter colors, yellow. I mean, I look at yellow shoes, green shoes, pink shoes. I look at them and I'm like, oh, those are so cute. Those are so cute. And I get excited when I look at them, but I know that that's something when I wear it, I'm like, it does not look good on me. But I've only worn these shoes, I maybe like twice. These right here, I wore these to a event that I had for work. And I wore it with like a polka dotted dress. It was like a green type dress, and I think I wore these to work a couple of times, but for the most part, you usually will not see me in lighter color tone shoes. It's just to me, it's like, no, I gotta play those feet down. I do have these right here. This is another pair of like work heels, and they're kind of flat. I think I can walk in these if I really had to, because they are blue. Okay, I love blue shoes. I think they're lucky. Okay, and I also have this pair in red as well. And I left those. I put them in the box, and I'm not taking them out here this year. I don't really like myself in red shoes. I don't like myself in red shoes. I think they look cute on other people, but to me, I do not like myself seeing it in red shoes. I don't. There's something about it. I don't know. It just doesn't look right with me. But these right here are my little blue shoes, and I love blue a lot. So this is practical. I think I can get by walking on these. Like if I go to the library, I go to the store, and I'm wearing something blue. I think I can get by with these. That should not be too uncomfortable. Now, I bought these a while ago, and I thought that they kind of, I don't know, I bought these like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I thought these were like grandma shoes. You know what I mean? They kind of struck me that way, but I realized when you wear them with like maybe some ankle pads, they actually look pretty cute. You know what I mean? But I'm happy with these, and these are navy blue. I love navy blue. And so let's talk about some of my clothes, okay? Like I said, I'm somebody who gravitates towards darker tones because of my complexion. It makes sense. You want to wear clothes that are going to flatter your complexion. And most of the time, pastels don't look that great on me. So if I do wear something that's like a lighter color, like for example, this skirt. This is actually a fast fashion piece too. But I love this skirt, right? I would not wear this color close to my face. Now, it could be on the very bottom half of me. I'm fine with that. I'll wear this with like a black turtleneck or something, or a dark navy blue turtleneck. But chances are I probably would not wear this close to my face, because I don't feel as though this color complements me. But what I like about this skirt is I love the little flowers on it, and the little, I don't know, the little garden scene, and then I love the color of the background of the blue. It's very mystical looking, so I enjoy this one. But that's usually how I wear colors that are lighter for my complexion, that I don't feel comfortable with. I got these dresses a while ago, and I want to show you these. And I'm pretending that, I have company here. Like, okay, and here's who I'd be inviting. I would love to invite Princess Anne to my house. Even though my house is primarily put together with particle board and plastic pieces, but because I understand who you are, I will give you the best chair that I had to sit in. I don't have the best stuff. Okay, but I will give you the best I have. Anyway, so this dress right here, I got I think I got it in a department store. I don't remember where I got it, but I love this color, right? And here's some of the lighter colors that I usually would not wear in solid form. But if I break it up in like a pattern, it doesn't look so bad on me, right? So I like this one. This is a nice dress. And I could actually wear it if I wanted to the library, because I could put a hat on with this, and then I could also wear a pair of sandals with it. If I wanted to wear it to work, I could put a little jacket around it and pair it with some heels or sandals. So it's practical. And see, there was a time where I used to be like, I would have work clothes and casual clothes, and sometimes I can intermingle them together. This is one of my favorite dresses. I love birds. I love birds. I feel as though like the images of birds. If you want to concentrate on birds and the energy that they provide, if you want to communicate with somebody within their mind, wearing birds is a good thing. Actually, this is one of those little fast fashion pieces I got. It was like I think it was either a free gift after I purchased something, and I thought it was cute, so I thought I'd wear it today. But I like birds a lot. Anyway, this dress is cute. It's a blue color background, and it's got a lot of birds on it, which I love it. And I pretty much only wear that like at work if I'm wearing with a jacket. I bought this, and I think it was like it was impulsive. I have to say, this outfit was impulsive. I have yet to wear this dress. And what I'm thinking about doing is just kind of cutting this part off and making a skirt instead, because I honestly cannot see myself wearing this dress ever. So, I'm going to go ahead and change it, modify it a little bit. I like this one because it reminds me of heaven. This right here, like this astral blue and like the weird paisley prints, the blue and white combination. I like this. I like things that look like heaven. And usually when, or things that look at the sky, something celestial, something like astral, something, at the crack of dawn, strange, whatever, mystical stuff. I usually wear this with either sun type, sun earrings or necklace or something yellow or something to try to make it look like even more like the sky, with some yellow jewelry or something. But I like this dress a lot, and it's been a while since I've actually worn this. This dress is another one. Some of these dresses are just so practical. Like you can wear them to the grocery store, and you can also wear them to work. I mean, you can like if you pair them with a jacket or some heels or something, you can get more use out of it. So anyway, I like this dress. It's like a teal color with the white flowers. Once again, we're breaking up a pattern of colors I would not ordinarily wear. And then just kind of, breaking it up with different patterns. Now, white is a color I will wear in solid form, but generally, if I am wearing white, this is where I usually wear jewelry with it, because I just feel blank. Like I need something more when I wear white. So anyway, but I like this dress right here. And this is the dress I was talking about that I wore with those heels. And it's okay, really, and it looks kind of, I don't know. There's certain things that can make me look more girly, and I am a girl. I'm a girly girl. Like I'm a Hello Kitty type of girl, really. But there's certain things that could make me look more infantized or like babyish. Okay, and I honestly think that this dress makes me look babyish. I really do. And when I think about it, I'm like, I don't really think that this is something that I would wear again. I don't know. I might, toss it in the trash or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, really. But I don't know. I kind of liked it at first, and now I'm just not into it. So, but this dress right here, I only wore one time, and the reason why I bought it is because, okay, this reminds me of my mother, Mary Gordon, right? When we were living at Edwards Air Force Base, this is the kind of dress that she would usually wear. She used to wear like a lot of house dresses and a lot of dresses that were like, practical dresses that you could wear, like, as you're cleaning your house, and then you can also run to the grocery store. And then she used to have these little zipper ties, in her outfit. And I saw this, I think it was at JCPenney's. And I saw this, and I thought, oh my gosh, this reminds me of my mom. Now, mind you, I have this, my mother's passed away. But I have this, I still have like an affection for her. And I remember those times where we did have good times. So the reason why I bought this is because this totally reminds me of my mom. This zipper here, right here, and the little sleeveless arms, and the whatever. When I wear this, I usually wear like a little cinch in the back, so it kind of makes it more uniform in shape. I guess you could put a belt around this, like a white color belt or something like that. But yeah, I think the only reason why I really bought this is because it looks like something that reminded me of my mom. I'm gonna hang things back up really quick. And I usually do have an order of how I arrange my closet. I like to do things in color order. Like, for example, my navy blues. And this closet right here, you can't really see it because it's at a very weird angle. This closet right here is what I wear, or clothes that can be worn at work specifically, but can also be worn like if I wanted to wear it for casual things, like, going to the library or going to a friend's house or whatever. But my other closet on the other side is just like, exclusively casual type clothes, like, jeans, stuff like that, and I do have a lot of clothes, but most of the time, I notice that I usually go for the same kind of pieces over and over again because, it's practical. You know what I mean? I don't always want to wear something, nice and frilly. And I'm only showing you what I have that are, short sleeves and can be worn during this season. I did buy this, I think about a few years ago. I bought this skirt and I was so crazy about it when I saw it online. But when I actually brought it home, I was like, okay, I don't like this. You'll notice these are the kind of colors that do not favor me at all. You know what I mean? But it's a long skirt. It's a wool skirt, and it's lined, which I thought was nice. You don't really see that too much in stores anymore. But I didn't like the way it just looked bulky. You know what I mean? So what I might do is I might shorten this dress. Okay, and I think it needs to take it. I don't like how bulky it is here at this. I don't like the waistband on this, right? But I might shorten it and make it more like a skirt that's just a little bit above the knee, and wear it with a deep navy blue top, or a navy blue top. There's also black in this as well. I might do that as well, but I'm definitely going to be changing the look of this, because I really don't like the way it fits, and I don't like the way it looks. And then of course, I have these this is a burgundy skirt. And I have another one just like it, to navy blue. I'm a navy blue person, and really the only shoes that I have that would go with this skirt are those lighter colored heels that I just recently showed you that I wore with the other dress. I can't really think of anything that would go with that skirt other than that. And I have seen, other, of course, other shoes that are made for that would probably match, but. And the thing is that, I can't just go out and buy that kind of stuff because I can't afford it. And right now, it's just, I have to be very practical about stuff like that. But I had noticed that, okay, I have a shitload of slacks. Okay, I love slacks. I don't really wear them as much, but I do have, this gray pair, and I never like to wear gray, really. To me, it's a color just does not flatter me, either on the top of me or the bottom of me. So why do I have gray slacks? Because I'm just somebody who believes in having all the colors I possibly can, that are office colored, the traditional type office colors. Gray is one of them. I have gray pants, and most of my slacks are similar. They pretty much look the same. I have them in gray, navy blue, black, and I have more than one pair of each. But I would say that I like wearing brown slacks a lot with brown shoes, and I like mixing browns, and blues together. But this right here is another navy blue pair of slacks. I love navy blue, which can be worn with so many different things. Now I noticed when it comes to energy, this particular outfit. This is what I call my interview outfit, okay? It's got a little jacket that I modified because the jacket was actually much longer. I bought it at a thrift store, right? I actually modified the jacket to be more to be more I guess, how would I say this? Right up to my hip, right? And then I also took in these pants because I wanted them to be more like ankles, but more ankle, they were more like flared type jeans, or not jeans, slacks. And so I just kind of modified it because I wanted more of a, more, I guess, form-fitting type of an outfit. So I changed this a little bit. So the thing is that it has a negative energy to it because because of them calling me in for job interviews and messing with me so much, and just messing with my head, that I've noticed that when I was thumbing through my closet a couple of days ago, I immediately felt ooh, I don't really know if I should keep this in my closet anymore. I honestly feel as though it should be thrown in the trash. I'm really thinking about throwing this in the trash because it has so much negativity to it, And besides, I have a shitload of black slacks. I can deal without that, and I can just modify the legs of it, if I choose to. Now this right here. I think I showed you this before. This to me, these colors right here are not something that I would ordinarily wear singular, like each color, like this hot pink. I would not wear a solid blue color like this, but because it's against a black background, and it just, to me, it looks cool. Now, when I saw this on the website, it was saying, it could be for fall or spring or whatever. It was saying, it was describing it as a spring blouse, right? But I bought it during the fall, and I wore it during the fall, right? But I honestly think that I could wear this on a day where it's not like, where it's not too hot outside. You know what I mean? This looks like a nice thing that you can wear, and you can pair it with some jeans or something, and it's nice. The colors are very nice. Um, I'm gonna skip over some of this other stuff, but I'm excited about this one shirt that I got, and I have not worn it yet. I haven't worn it yet, and I've had it for a long time too. But this is an older one. You've probably seen it. I probably did videos with me wearing it. This is another bird shirt. I love this one because, I'm a big bird freak. I love birds. I actually had a pair of binoculars that I'd like to replace because I used to go to the park and look at birds. As soon as I get another opportunity, I'd like to get some more binoculars because I want to finish my bird watching. And I actually have a bird book to where I can reference what kind of bird it is. And I was kind of getting into that. And I actually heard there's an app where you can like take pictures of birds and it can tell you what species it is, which I think would be very helpful to me. But anyway, this is the same design of the dress. It's just the birds are smaller and it's being placed on a blouse. And what I love about it, it has that, English look because it's got a little tie in the front, which I think is really cute. Let me put this away. Now, I have not worn this yet, ever. I've had this in my closet for probably almost 5 years. I've never worn it, okay? Still has the tags on it. Still tag on it. I think I've seen this, I've showed this before. But what I loved about it was the black and the blue. The black and the blue. And I do make jewelry. I have like jewelry kits and beads. And sometimes I've gone to Michael's and I've gone to Joann's, and I've also seen them at the Dollar Tree where they have like little charms or jewelry pieces, like like the jewelry, the clasps and stuff like that. Anyway, I remember going to, I think it was a flea market or something, and seeing this piece, this little necklace piece, this pendant. And I thought it was so pretty because I love this color blue. It's very trippy looking, right? So I decided to pair it with a cord, and it can be worn with this blouse. Now, like I said, I have yet to wear this ever, but it would be nice to do this. And you can wear it with a nice skirt. You can also wear it with a pair of jeans. I just thought this was really cute. And I think the necklace, and yes, I do make a lot of my own jewelry. I don't really wear as much jewelry as I used to, and my jewelry is not worth anything. I don't have any diamonds. I don't have anything cool like that. But, usually when I do wear jewelry, it's just something that I like to accessorize. I like a lot of suns. I like a lot of moons. I like a lot of symbolism, a lot of colors. I love birds, okay? Anything with birds, I want. Love birds, okay? And flowers and stuff like that. So this right here is cool. I'm looking forward to wearing this at some point. And really, when it comes to spring, I mean, I have like, light type blazers and stuff like that, but I thought I'd want to show just some of my stuff. I just recently got this for last fall, and I have not worn this yet. I'm looking forward to wearing this. What this is like pictures of leaves. It's got like Fig 5, like, like one of those little reference books or whatever. I thought this was cute. It's got like moths and branches and stuff. And I got it from Temu, and actually the material is not bad. It looks like it was put together pretty well. And I'm looking forward to it. And I also have a pair I'm a big corduroy fan. I love corduroy. As a matter of fact, I would say when it comes to my clothes, I've always loved corduroy because it reminds me of childhood. It reminds me of being on the playground, and as you're walking, this little zip, 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 zip sound, it just makes me happy. Anyway, this right here is a pair of green corduroy jeans, and this is my blouse that I think would look kind of cool with these corduroy pants, and I know that generally I think of corduroy as a time that, relating to autumn time, but it can also be worn during the spring. I think it depends on the kind of shoes that you want to wear. But anyway, I have this pair of corduroy pants in brown, also in maroon berry color. Yeah, I love corduroy. So anyway, I am really looking forward to wearing this right here. I love this. I love this blouse. And pairing it with either the brown pair. I should have put this brown pair. The brown pair and the green pair. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely think it looks better with the green pair. So anyway, I just thought that would be kind of fun to do a different video. Talk about something other than my nightmare tragedy. Oh, well, wait, I want to show you something else. I'm thinking about modifying this blouse. I'm thinking about doing that because I really can't see myself wearing this. I think I've only worn this maybe once or twice. Now this is like a black and white top, and I'm thinking about taking the sleeves off and just making it something more for summer. I have not worn this very often, very little actually, but if I can just kind of change it up a little bit for the summer. When you don't have a lot of money and you want to have a different look, you can always modify your clothes to give you a little bit more variety, and that's exactly what I ended up doing. But yeah, so that's my video for today. I'm kind of changing the subject, changing up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, of course, I have a lot of tank tops. I tend to wear a lot of like turtlenecks, even during the whatever time of the year it is. I don't really like the way my body is shaped. Like, I don't like the way that my rib cage is like almost connected to my hip. That might be some sort of flaw that happened in the cloning process. I don't know what it is, but most girls have longer torsos, and mine's just kind of like stacked right there, and I hate the way that looks. But anyway, so there's certain clothes that I prefer to wear, like when it comes to, how it covers the entire body. I usually go for certain, styles. Like, I like a lot of button up with collars. I like collars, and I like turtlenecks, V-necks, scoop necks. I also like the off the shoulder look. And you know what I want to show you really quick? I got my son this shirt. Okay, I just took it off the body double in the spare room because what I'm going to do is, this is my son's shirt. Now, he refuses to wear it, and I don't blame him, okay? Because, I picked this shirt out from him when we went to a place. I think it was called H&M, right? H&M. And see, to me, I'm a girl. So I don't see anything wrong with boys wearing flowered colored shirts, but my son's like, no, he will not wear it. Okay, fine. Fine. I was just trying to be helpful, but I'm not offended one bit. Okay, I'm really not, and I understand his preference, and so. But I decided that since he didn't like it, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and modify this shirt. So I'm going to start by buttoning up the shirt, and I'm going to cut it from here and across this way, and then I'm going to make it into a peasant blouse, similar to like how this blouse is actually cut. And so what I'll need is I need some elastic, and then I'm going to change these sleeves to be more poofy like this blouse as well. And I will show you what that looks like. And of course, this is going to have to be taken in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some shirring. Now, if you don't know what shirring is, it's when you add elastic around the entire part of the garment to take it in. You know what I mean? Like, for example, this right here, I just recently did this because this dress was bought in a way to where it was just like, it had no shape to it. So I added some elastic, took it to the sewing machine and added elastic around it. So it'll be similar. Like, this is I'm taking the collar off, adding the elastic around here, and then I'm going to add shirring, which is just elastic, around let's kind of give you an idea what this would look like. I can't really show you until it's done, okay? But I'm going to add shirring around all of this part all the way down, so that it looks more like a peasant blouse. And I will definitely let you know that. But yeah, I just recently finished this one. I purchased this dress a while ago with a black one
that looks very similar. Okay, and what I didn't like about it was it didn't have a shape. So before I actually put the shirring in, I used one of those little clasp ties to put it put it together. And I kept thinking, I'm just gonna go ahead and put some shirring in it, add some elastic, and that's exactly what I did for this dress as well as the one that looks like it, the black one. Let me show you. And yes, I'm a clothes enthusiast. Okay, I have always loved clothes. Clothes have always made my life better. But anyway, this right here, I love it because it's black and it's got the floral background. And this right here is burgundy with the floral background. They're the exact same dress, okay? The only thing I said, I mean, like I said, it didn't like it because it was shapeless. It did not have any sort of like shape or anything to it. So I added the shirring in it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with this shirt. And I will show you the end result after I'm done with it. And I'm really glad that you stayed with me to watch this video. I know, you might be bored or whatever, but I just need to have something to talk about other than, negative stuff. So, of course, there's more things that I can show you in my closet, but I think that's enough. I mean, I've been talking for like 30 something minutes, and I'm glad that I'm not talking about, the same old stuff. Okay. So anyway, I will be back with another video sometime later. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to tackle the revision of that shirt, but once I do and am done with it, I'm definitely going to let you guys see it. So I'm going to wrap this one up, and I'll be back with another video sometime later. Take care. Bye bye.